How's it going, everybody? Sure there's nobody here. I just did this live stream unannounced. And just kind of ending the day. Wait till a few people show up here. Hey, what's happening from Australia? How you doing? Just leaving my house right now. Go run a couple errands, so I thought I'd do a live stream. I haven't done one in a little while, other than asking about this. Oh, anyway, I don't even talk about that. So, yeah, I got a few people showing up. So just keep everybody updated here with what's going on with me. A little tired. Started estate sale number 2, and just trying to sell what I have left that I own that we don't need to survive. Like I was talking about, you know what? I didn't make a YouTube video about this actually, but I posted this on my Facebook page and Twitter page. We're so tapped that I had to do a GoFundMe, and my initial goal for that was I added up all the bills, the taxes that I'm behind on, just a bunch of different stuff that I need to pay off to basically get back up to level, and like $40,000 debt with taxes. And you know what, I'm not going to read the comments right now, so I apologize ahead of time. But yeah, so we're financially in terrible position, a terrible position. I've been talking all day. Woke up at 5 something. I lost track of how many people showed up to the house today. Did the estate sale yesterday also, but I started this GoFundMe account, and I asked for $85,000. I thought, you know what, that would get us completely paid off with the taxes. I owe $23,000 still on a PayPal loan that I took out to try to get us through, and money just goes so fast. You know, they hit you with everything that they can when you're targeted. You know, companies or corporations, businesses, they hit you with everything they can when you're not targeted. But when you're going through this, it's even worse. So, wow, we got a really long line here on the way to the freeway. I'm sure it's going to be pretty bumper to bumper traffic. So anyway, taxes, the loan that I took out to try to help us float, and getting out of this house that has ridiculous bills. Added up to $85,000. So I'll be able to buy a small piece of property, and I'm going to aim this way so you can see this traffic. Oh, now it's going. A small piece of property, travel trailer, and a storage container to just run the business out of. You know, live out of a trailer, have a storage locker basically to keep the hats in, and just try to keep moving there. Yeah, I don't know where we'd be going. There's several places all over Arizona that that I'd be able to go just kind of out in the middle of nowhere, as long as there's an internet connection, and keep running hats around the world. And yeah, that amount came up to $85,000. So I started a GoFundMe account for $85,000, and I was like, God, that's a lot of money. But I'm gonna put that amount there. Maybe some philanthropist out there will see this, help us out, get back to square one, and then I can try to build my way back up. Um, and I got some donations, which to the people out there that donated, thank you very, very much. I appreciate that more than I can even express in words. You know, if you're targeted as well, you're having, I'm sure, financial issues, and you know, it's tough to donate any kind of money. Somebody donated a pretty good chunk, and not that I'm paranoid, but you know, weird stuff happens all the time, and some of the people that donated, I was like, are these people just donating to, you know, it's going to make it up to you know, 60 something thousand, and then we don't meet the goal, and then I don't get any of the money, and then I'm back to square one, can't pay the rent, can't pay any of the bills this month. And I realized, you know what, let's make it more realistic. Let's just try to get through the month. And do that. So what I did was sorry, somebody's honking at me because I was trying to, they didn't want me to get on the freeway. Giant guy in an orange shirt. Um, so what I did was I lowered the amount to $2,000, and we were dollars away from that goal. Somebody went ahead and donated that amount of money, made it over the $2,000, and so we met our goal. And I withdrew that money, and it won't go out. It won't go into my account for another over a week or something like that. I'm having this estate sale. Sorry, I'm so slow here. I'm really worn out, really tired today. I don't know if you've ever done an estate sale by yourself. It's a lot of work for like 4 or 5 people. Doing it by yourself is, well, yeah, it's doing the work of 4 or 5 people. So, anyway, I can pay the rent now. Now I'm trying to get to the bank, put some money into the bank, so I can take these guys a check, and the check will actually clear, because there's not enough in there for a check to clear. And I'm getting some ridiculous traffic right now. People honking at me. They want me to freak out, flip out, whatever. That's not happening. So, but I called the rental company. I don't know if you guys that follow my videos, watch all my videos, remember the video of where the air conditioner went out. It was broken. I literally got home and there was a different thermostat on the wall than was there before. The thermostat we had on the wall before had no writing on it. I get home, there's a new thermostat on the wall, and it's got writing on it. It's got a logo and like a phone number. So I didn't realize that until after I called them. But let's see, is this phone gonna overheat? Let's see, I'm gonna hold this so it doesn't overheat. Hold this in front of the air conditioner here. So I called the people to get the air conditioner fixed, have somebody come out to fix it. And they never set up an appointment with me. And I've had this issue with these people before, where I've said, hey, can you guys please not have people just show up at my house and pound my door like they're the SWAT team? I'd really appreciate it. So what did they do? They called 7:30 in the morning, the night that I stayed up till like 4 o'clock in the morning trying to get the work done. Somebody called me at 7:30, message, and then this air conditioning company pulls up in my driveway, so I'm still sleeping at the time, and they pound on my door and ring the doorbell repeatedly to where it is going to wake up, just like, hey, what's going on here? What, why is somebody pounding my door like that? And I look out the window and I see that it's the AC people, HVAC people. I decide to ignore it because they never called to make an appointment with me. And I go downstairs, my house, so I'm in my and I'm sleeping. Go downstairs, and I look out the back door, out the sliding glass door, and these guys are making a beeline through my backyard, going to the air conditioner. I had a lock on the side gate. I have no idea. I must have not latched it all the way. But they reached over, took my lock off the gate, went onto my property without an appointment. I have no idea who it is. They're basically trespassing. I did not allow them on my property. So they're going back there, and I said, hey, what are you doing? We're going to fix the air conditioner. Yelling at me. Start yelling at me. Oh, it looks like that froze just now. So anyway, they yelled at me, we're going to fix the air conditioner. And I was like, whoa, hold on, get off my property. Get off my property. Nobody told me you're doing this. They have to come into my house. The downstairs was messy at the time because I was organizing a bunch of stuff. And the guy was like, what, you don't want your air conditioner fixed? Just yelling at me, trying to get me to, get into a fight with him or something like that. I said, get the fuck off of my property. So they left, and then I just never called them back. The air conditioner hasn't been fixed. I decided not to call them out again. They probably send the same guys. I don't want those guys in my house. And alright, where's those veterans plates? Alright. Sorry, I'm parking right now. Alright, so anyway, made him leave. Decided not to go through that with that appointment. And I called today to ask what the total amount is for the rent. Oh, I guess these guys closed at 3. No. Let's see. No, they're still open. So I called to ask what the total amount is, and she told me it was like $65 more than it normally is. And I said, well, why is it so much? I said, well, you refused the service call, so we charged you $65 to refuse that service call. And I was like, seriously, you guys are going to charge me $65 to after they didn't make an appointment, or like they're the FBI or SWAT team or somebody like that. And she said, yeah. And I said, how do you people sleep at night? So what I did was I just said, okay, I'll be by it. Go ahead and pay it. And now I'm at the bank, deposit some of the money from the estate sale, and been catching a lot of traffic. And so I'm gonna go try to get that paid. But yeah, they charged me for those guys trespassing on my property, and they are the most rude people you've ever met in your life. So anyway, just out doing that right now, and I'm in the bank, so I'm probably going to stop filming pretty soon. That's fine, because it's private property. But anyway, I just wanted to document that, let you guys know, what's going on. So, but yeah, appreciate the people that helped out with that. That was pretty nice of you. Notice somebody's got a pretty bad cough behind me. So yeah, I'll be here. I'm gonna hold on to this. There's gonna be like some really long transactions in front of me right now. This is gonna take a while. I've got to get across town. But oh, I see we've got some trolls here. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna hold on to this for a minute and get back to you guys when I get done with this transaction. Pretty good. How are you? Yeah.
All right, we're gonna fall from here. You have to sit in the car.
I want to make sure that's the same. That's the same account, right?
For bigger bills. She's buying a car, so I got an account.
1,000. One, two, three, 14. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. No, not relaxing. I work hard every day. Thanks. Any plans for this weekend? I just shook my head. Nope. Oh, you're just relaxing? Nope. Nope, not doing that. So here we got the homeless dude right here, lurking, just hanging out the bank. Don't like to be on video. So I've had since I've been having financial troubles. They have people that look or dressed up to be homeless or appear to be homeless, messing with me, just lurking. I remember there was a guy in Fresno, one of the tattoo shops, and he'd always wear this shirt that said "Lurk Hard," and I was like, "What? What is that?" All right, so we've got the Dodge behind me here. It's not leaving me much room. Like she's gonna park in this parking space. There you go. And yeah, there's box again. Whatever. All right, let's go out this way. Yeah, why did friendly people intimidate other people or confident people? It's like, well, here, I'll explain why. Narcissists, which I didn't realize how many narcissists there are, and I think some of these people are just motivated by money, period. They don't have an opinion on anything. It's just money, no matter what. If somebody told them they would get paid if they voted a certain way, they'd just vote that way. If no matter what put money in the pocket, they would just do that, no matter what the outcome is for the future. And that's who we're dealing with. So that would be like a sociopathic narcissist. Yeah, narcissists, if they see you succeeding, or if they see you happy, I explained this at the estate sale today, actually. That destroys them. It destroys everything in their life. They can't see other people do well, so they will spend all of their time and effort trying to make the person that succeeded fall. And then when they do, if they succeed with that, then they get joy out of that. So, which is the complete opposite of an empathetic person, which if somebody gets a promotion at work, if somebody gets a new car, like I was watching this video, I watched this guy, what is his username? No Life Shack, I think, but he does reactions to music that he's never heard before. He's listened to hip hop his whole life, and he's been listening to a lot of like heavy metal and country and different music that he's never listened to before. And he gets so excited when he hears a new song. Like he listened to Free Bird not too long ago, and like Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton, and the guy's just so blown away. He's like, "Oh my God, this is amazing! I love this! You know, I can't believe I've never heard this." And he's doing really good with his channel. He has like 900,000 subscribers or something like that, which is awesome. And he gets a lot of views. He's making some money on his YouTube channel, and he had bought himself a Camaro, and he bought himself he's got a girlfriend and a kid, and he realized, hey, I need a 4-door car, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a Dodge Charger. And he went down to Best Buy, CarMax, got himself a Charger, 4-door red Charger, and I was happy for him. I was so happy for the guy. I was like, that's awesome. Comments on YouTube, stuff like that. Sometimes when I see something, it's like I can't help myself, but I'll just say, no, you know what? I need to say something here. And this show called Phoenigma, he's been covering the Isaac Cappy death a lot. The guy lives real near Belmont, Arizona. Is it Belmont? Lives real near Belmont, Arizona. He's a tour guide up in around the Grand Canyon area, and he's covering all kinds of stuff about Cappy's death, interviewing people, the last people Cappy spoke with, this and that. The time Cappy was killed, that matched up perfectly with what was going on with Cappy and going on with me, and signaling this is going to happen to me. Cappy was supposedly run over by a Ford truck Now, I've talked about how a lot of the white and red vehicles they use for signaling, you know, right before something ridiculous is going to happen, they'll have a white and red vehicle, and then they'll pull off the skit that they're doing. As soon as that happened, I heard he got run over by a Ford truck. Well, the first color that popped in my head, that truck's got to be white. It's white or red. It's white or red, and I was asking people, does anybody know the color of that vehicle that ran him over? And then they just happened to have, he was covered in a cardboard box. Something crazy like that. Yeah, nobody seemed to know, even though there's a military base right there. That has ridiculous surveillance. It's going to have 360 surveillance all the way around the base, and they could easily get that video. They wouldn't release it to the public, but I just knew that it was either white or red, and colors have a lot to do as far as vehicles go in this whole targeting thing. And I just found out a couple days ago, just going to be a red Ford truck. Speaking of, there's a red Ford truck right here in front of me to my left. I said, I knew it. I knew it. I bet. Supposedly, two of them, red truck, another one right behind me there. Golf or cars and trucks or music, anything that doesn't have to do with this kind of stuff, my signal's fine no matter where I go. There's one little spot in Goodyear that it cuts out no matter what, so I've learned that that spot right there is a bad spot. But anywhere I've ever driven, and I'm not talking about this kind of stuff, signal's fine. Anyway, so I talked about that, and I was messaging this guy saying, hey man, if you talk to me, I can collaborate with you, and I can give you a bunch of details that are going to match up with what happened and explain some things. And the guy was just ignoring me. And I understand, because I ignore some people sometimes, that I don't trust many people. I get it. But if this guy was so adamant about, you know, finding the truth with that whole situation, I would think that he would check out my channel. I've got a couple videos talking about it, things that happened that day. This guy is really into numerology, and he understands the signaling with the numbers, like the earthquake that was in California yesterday. There was a lot of gematria that was going along with that. Signaling, deep state signaling, Masonic signaling. But yeah, he just ignored me, and I was like, man, I'm starting to not buy your story that you're actually trying to get to the bottom of this thing, because I really think you would talk to me. You know, I'm incredible. I've got, I don't know how many videos now, probably coming up close on 400. I had 350, something like that. A lot of videos talking about being targeted individual and all this different stuff. This guy talks about targeted individuals. He actually admits that he's been a victim of V2K, the voice of God. And they talk about how Isaac Cappy was getting voice to skull, V2K, voice of God, whatever you want to call it, torture right before his death. But he never answered me, never got a hold of me. Anyway, I started talking about that stuff, and I knew that I would get some retaliation for that. There's always retaliation every time I do something good. You know, they make you pay for it one way or the other, monetarily, or attack you with the technology. You know, which it's out there. Technology is out there. A lot of people reporting on this technology being used on them. And yeah, it's been not that great lately.
just holding this camera up so it doesn't overheat my window. Every time I put it in my window, it overheats really quick. Way faster than it used to. Yeah, so I'm just going through this whole thing now, trying to get these bills paid. I'm gonna have to get out of the house that I'm in. I have enough to make it through this month, pay this rent, and then I really have no idea what I'm going to do. I've never been in this position before. And I'm usually pretty good under pressure. If I know that I'm in a situation that they're going to have pressure. You know, when you first get targeted, you don't know about all the stuff that's going on. Here, let's take 43rd. I think 35th. Let's see. Yeah, 33rd. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Good one.
Put this back up here. I hope I'm talking loud enough so you guys can hear me. Got the air on. I'm sure there's some noise here. Let's turn this around so you guys can see the traffic. Oh, there's my yellow light. Change right as I go through the intersection. So yeah, I'm being attacked financially really bad right now. They refuse to let me go to trial to have due process. So they didn't have to provide the exculpatory evidence that I've been asking for 2 years. 2 years. What is the big deal about giving me some body camera footage? What is the big deal? If they weren't trying to hide something, wouldn't they just give it to me so I could show what was going on? They would do that. But yeah, I've been completely violated in court in every other way possible. And now these guys are charging me $65 at H&H Management here in Phoenix, Arizona. Whoa, look at this guy. Yeah, go ahead, bud. And now the light will change. No, you're gonna stay green? All right. I have an hour to get where I'm going, so it shouldn't be big of a deal. And on top of that, now that I'm on probation, even though I have 90 days to appeal this, I'm on probation right now. I'm considered a felon. Which sounds so crazy to even say out loud. It's all right. Everything will come full circle. Like a lady said today, she said, I believe in karma. I said, you know what, I do too. And eventually, this will all come full circle. But yeah, I've got to pay $65 a month to be on probation. So there's a charge, a monthly charge when you're on probation, and I guess they base it on your annual income. So my fee is $65 a month, and on top of that, they are making me go to a psychological evaluator. I have private insurance right now, which is pretty inexpensive actually. I used to pay for 3 of us. It was like $400 or $500 a month under Obamacare, and now that it's changed, it's under $100 a month, which is amazing. That's for people. And so I can go see a psychological evaluator, but they've got a good God, I cannot even think right now. A deductible. you've got a deductible. You've got to pay that deductible, and I'm sure you've got to go like a couple times a month, or I don't know. I haven't checked out the requirements. You probably just go one time, and they're like, they ask a couple loaded questions. No matter what you say, they say, "Oh yeah, this guy's crazy." Especially if they got the phone call from whoever. Even though I've got 300 plus videos talking about this, all these different interviews with people that, yeah, you guys have seen my videos. If not, go back and check out a bunch of my videos. Showed how this is most likely done through the FISA court. You know, I'm not just coming up with a bunch of nonsense stuff like aliens are doing this. I'm talking about federal courts. I'm talking about compartmentalized systems. You know, I'm talking about things that are realistic. And instead of researching that or even listening to what I have to say, they'll just probably go ahead and rubber stamp it just like they do in the FISA court. Just boom, you're crazy. Like on what basis? So, yeah, I don't know how long that they will demand me to do that. And if I want to move out of the county, out of Maricopa County, which has one of the highest incarceration rates, if not the highest incarceration rate in the United States, or move out of the state, I have to submit an application to the judge, the same judge that denied everything, that I've requested. I have to ask permission to go to a different county, and then that county has to accept your probation. They have to be willing to accept you, which is what? So this has nothing to do with helping people move forward or quote, get better if they do have some kind of mental issue, some kind of mental, need help with their mental illness. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with keeping their bankroll going. So at a probation office, if a person is paying, let's just say average $50 a month for probation, and they have 100 people go through that probation office in 1 month. Just do the math. 100 times 50. A day. No wonder that building is so beautiful and so clean, so new and updated. I get it. And they'd want to keep you in the county to keep your income coming in. So if I'm on probation for 2 years, they're gonna get, I don't know, a little over $1,300 from me, $65 a month, yeah, around there, something like that. I don't want to take my shoes off to add that up. All right, so I'm wondering if like a brake line like that. This guy's got looks like some wires hanging down from his, oops, better turn, some wires hanging down from his truck. So we got red, white, red, blue. Red, white, and blue. Why in the hell? Anyway, I'm not even going to talk about that right now. So yeah, I'm just on my way to pay this rent. I'm guessing there will be a long line when I get there. These people are not happy with me at all. Even though I've paid the rent on time for 4.5 years, never given them an issue until recently when they asked for it, basically, sending people to my house to harass me, pound on my door, and trespass on my property, and then charge me $65 for that. It's just, it's the ultimate fuck you. You know, we're gonna provide you the worst service we can, and then we're gonna charge you for it, extra. Which the rent is it's 13 something, and they told me it's 1465 total. So that means 1400 plus 65. Where does the other amount come from? So they charged me a $50 fee for having a couple leaves on my front patio also, which people have weeds in their front yard all over the neighborhood. They have a gardener. Why me? Well, why a lot of people? Go back if you don't want. If you don't understand why me, go back and watch my videos. There's all kinds of reasons that these people would go after me for documenting what I've been documenting. You make very rich, very powerful people angry. They're not just gonna show up at your house and beat your ass like, you know, like some real gangsters. They're going to make you suffer financially. They're going to make your life hell. And again, through FISA Section 702, 12333, this is like a Zirzut Singh program, total devastation. Complete deterioration of someone's life, their relationships, their sanity, their finances, everything, their good standing in their community. So I'm just keeping my cool, being as patient as I can. Trying not to get mad about the YouTube channel being demonetized. So I was thinking of just starting another YouTube channel and do nothing but, music and talking about the area, talking about, just positive things, and see if I can get enough viewers on that to get that monetized. But I'm pretty damn sure no matter what you do, positive, negative, there will be infiltration or sabotage of some kind. That's been the history. All right, maybe I'll read a couple of these comments here. Nope, that one just went away. Down here. All right. I got some interesting reactions today. I've got this board game that, oh, you probably can't hear that. I got some interesting reactions today. I have this board game. It's a Trump board game called The Game. Trump the Game. And it's like just a different version of Monopoly. Same thing. But I'm just selling the game. That doesn't mean that I'm a Trump fan. I am still, of course, no president I don't think has ever done anything that I like every single thing that they do. But who's gonna do something that everyone likes all the time, But I still like a lot of what he's doing, and some people at the estate sale saw that game and they were like, "Oh God, look at this idiot," and I'm like, "Are they talking about me or Trump? Calling Trump an idiot?" I said, "I kind of like Trump.
I think he's a good guy. He's doing a lot for our country. At least that's what it appears to be. And I talked about how he's trying to end the Federal Reserve, to where none of us would have to pay federal taxes anymore. No one would have to pay federal taxes. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine how that would be? To not have those taxes taken out of your paycheck. I have to actually write a check out to them. Like I said before, the last check I wrote to them was $16,000. Yeah, and that stung. I don't like paying that. The state taxes aren't too bad. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention where I'm going here. Now I'm going into the rental place. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I've got a couple minutes. Got 61 people here. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? I need to go to the bathroom. I don't want to have you guys hear me go to the bathroom. Maybe, let's see, I've done this one other time. I just stuck the phone in my back pocket, and then you didn't have to hear anything. So I'm just going into Jack in the Box here. Jack in the Crack. I actually like this place. Got some pretty good food. Oh, you know what? I don't think they just let you use the bathroom here. Maybe I'm gonna need to order something. I'm kind of hungry. Order some food. Or maybe I can just use the bathroom. Who knows? We'll see. Let's see here. Oh, wow, look at that. All right, y'all are going in my back pocket for a minute. No pun intended. All right, I'm back. Sorry I had to do that. Just I didn't want to go in there and have to pee. Impeccable time. A lot of disabled license plates today. It's like they want me to yell at some disabled people or something. Which that doesn't happen anymore. I didn't think I'd realize that. Sourdough, hell yeah, you can't beat sourdough. Did you know that sourdough has beneficial bacteria in it? Helps your immune system, helps you process things better. I think I want to go in this. As far as religion goes, if any of you follow me or have been following me for a long time, you kind of know where I stand on that. I really don't have one. I'm reading the Bible right now, but I've read a lot of different things. I've read the Bible. I've read the Satanic Bible. You know, like you want to read like professional sports teams. They watch game films from the opposite team.
and you got to read everything to be completely educated. So you're not just saying, "Oh, these guys are bad," or whatever. So I've read all kinds of different things. I have never read the Quran, but I've said some things about Muslim faith, different things like that. Now the probation officer that I have, he seems like a nice guy. A lot of these people seem like nice people, but then they strike later. Like, I'm a nice guy, and then all of a sudden, bam, they do something and throw you under the bus. And that being said, I did a little bit of research. I just looked up the guy's name. Actually, what I was going to do, I've been checking out this YouTube channel where this guy speaks like 15, 20 different languages, and he speaks fluently in all these languages, and he talks to people in their first language that they spoke before they learned English, or if they knew 2 languages or 3 languages in their country, whatever. So, but this guy goes out and he talks to people in their language. And I've been doing that for years, but just with Spanish, because I'm trying to learn one language. I'm not a genius like this guy to learn 15 different languages. The guy speaks Chinese, Japanese, Russian, Spanish, Somali, just it goes on. French. He speaks all these different languages, and it's really amazing to watch this guy interact with people and see how happy they are. And I thought, you know what? Okay, this guy's a probation officer. He's going to be coming to my house to find illegal things or whatever, or to help me through the process, so they say. But I just wanted, I try to research a little bit on each of the people that I'm interacting with. And I looked up his name, and there's a bunch of different similar names. All of the people with that same last name are from Nigeria. And I found a page on him. I'm pretty sure it's him. He lives not too far from me. I don't want to say what city he lives in. I don't want to do that. I think I said his name already when I was going to the appointment, but I'm not going to do that whole thing. Because he hasn't given me a reason to do anything like that. But I noticed that it showed that his faith of choice was Muslim. And I was like, oh man, somebody's going to tell this guy I'm a Christian, which I'm reading the Bible. I believe there's a God. I don't know which one. I believe there's something bigger than us. Whether it's, well, I'm not going to name them all off. You know all the different ones. And that does not put me on edge, but it just kind of makes me aware that in their religion, anyone that is not their religion, their Bible, their Quran tells them that it is okay, and they should lie to the infidel, basically, lie to them about everything as long as it helps the Muslim faith. And somebody proved me wrong. It says that somewhere in there. So anyway, actually here, I should probably write this check out. So I just hope that he wouldn't do that. It's tough to say. So I'm not going to say that he's going to. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. But this whole section that I'm in right now, where this H&H management is, there's Baghdadi hookah lounge and coffee shop over here, and it is in, I don't know what language that is. Another realty place right here, Olive Branch Mediterranean Market, and I don't have an issue with these people's religion, with anyone's religion, as long as they treat me like a human being, and that's all I ask for. Treat me with respect, just like they would anyone else. I was actually contemplating going to Kuwait. I had a guy, Army journalist, did photo, video, and broadcast journalism like I do, and he was telling me that he could get me on a 4-month tour basically to Kuwait to do some journalism, go interact with the locals, uh, cover some stories about infrastructure being growing in the area, and report on that to Department of Defense basically. And that's what I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do combat cam. That's not combat. That's more societal journalism, and I would be willing to do that. I would learn Arabic. I would do my best to learn Arabic. I've heard it's one of the hardest. Uh, says this comment right here says you are ignorant. I don't know if that's towards me or somebody else in the comment section, but I'm just gonna ignore that right now. But I try to be open-minded and think about different things like that and just document it, you know. Huh? Someone in this. Okay, okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go in here and I'm gonna write my check out. I'm gonna ask them a couple questions. I don't think I'm gonna put the camera on them. I don't know. I'll start a fight with these people. I'm gonna try to keep everything as copacetic as possible. Tired of fighting with people. Just trying to document. All right. So come on in with me. These ladies are probably watching my YouTube channel right now going, oh, God damn it, here he comes. So, here we go. Yeah, so here, you can see this H&H Management. Got the Baghdadi hookah lounge over there, and then the Mediterranean, I don't know, whatever that is. A bunch of different things like that. Can anybody, I don't know, what language is this? Anybody out there that knows, what language is that right there? Oh, I don't know who are perps. I don't know, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm ignoring that right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and write my check. I'll do my final check to these guys. Hello. Can I get a printout, please? You know my address.
I have so many numbers after today, I don't know anybody's address, sorry.
Well, everybody on here already knows my address. Yeah. Here, hold on a second. I'm going to do something. There we go. All right, there we go.
We'll call today, it would probably be Monday before we could get electric on. Is the water included over there in the HOA payment? I'd have to look and see. We'll get it on as soon as. How far back do you wanna go?
What do you mean?
You wanna go to, okay, I think that might be included in the HOA. Starting what date today? When do you wanna do it?
Well, just for this.
Just this month, back
It would,
June first, or the end of July?
whatever would show the current charges that you guys have charged me recently.
That was Howard, he wants us to get power on, the water is gone, I think the water is included, I think we might be able to get it on for Monday.
Monday, if I call right away.
All right. And so you guys are charging me $65 to have those people come out to my house after they didn't make an appointment, and I've asked you guys, I don't know how many times, not to.
You'd have to talk to Judy further for an appeal on that one, cause she made that decision.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
talk to whoever need to talk to, because I really don't
It's
think
off the
that's fair.
Okay, we'll just subtract it from your rent and we'll go from there.
Okay. Because I mean, I don't know who I spoke with about somebody making an appointment.
Anytime a vendor comes out to bill us, then we bill the tenant for if they.
Yeah, but if they trespass on the property, they took my lock off of my gate and then came onto my property. I didn't answer my door, so they just went onto the property. They took my lock off my gate and then went in my backyard. And I've told you guys what I go through. And And yeah, and then so they went ahead and went on my property, and I asked them politely to go up front at least so I can uh, wake up and figure out what was going on and kind of compose myself. After they pounded on my door like they were the SWAT team and rang my doorbell over and over. So. Okay. Well, if you can do that, can you do that, and then I'll go ahead and give you guys my what? How long of a notice do I need to give you to leave that property? Okay, and that's a 30-day notice that you require? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Whatever form you have today, I'll give you guys my 30-day notice. You don't have to deal with me anymore.
You get your form.
All right, and then, so you're gonna go ahead and take that $65 off? Okay, all right, so I'll just wait before I fill out the check. Okay, today is 7/5/19.
1358.13.
Okay, should we verify that that's gonna happen before I write the check out? Okay, can you tell me that one more time?
1358.13.
All right. All right, so they took the $65 charge off. How nice of them.
But yeah, but I don't know if you'll get that. Probably the earliest is Monday anyway.
Yeah, but he said Monday would be fine. Turn my power on.
Who's Carol? Hi. I'll do this here before me.
Oh, you can go ahead. I'm gonna take a little bit of time to do this.
Can I go ahead and process your check because I've got you up on my screen?
Yeah, let me finish.
We do, yeah, we have a letter on file. Gene usually
I'm just gonna get a picture of this real quick.
Sure.
A-E-U, S as in Sally, S as in Sally, L-E-R.
Thank you.
It is 8220 North 32nd Drive, Unit 100. Phoenix 85051. Oh, okay, well then
There's your receipt.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I've got a couple questions for you guys after you, if you wanna take care of her.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
No problem. Might take a minute.
You know, we have two properties over there. One of them, it says number 19, and one of them says number 100. You got two properties in here, both 8220.
Oh, those two, 19 and, yeah, he said 100, isn't he, or is he a 19? I can't
We've
remember.
got two in there.
Yeah, that's what we have in our records. Got the right. Okay. You're set.
Thank you.
All right, so when I do vacate the property, when will somebody come to go over
After you turn
everything?
in your keys and you bring them to the office, we'll take your forwarding address, any information, mark down what you brought us back, and then we give it to our inspector. If you wish to be called, then we write on their call for our inspection, and then he'll call you and tell you when he's gonna be there.
If I wish to be inspected? Well,
Some
because-
people do not go to the inspection,
Oh,
because
really?
there's no decisions made. Everything is, he just inspects, makes a note of everything, and then it
Okay,
comes back to the
yeah, I
office.
can't be there when I'd like to
Yeah,
set the
just tell us
inspection
at
up,
that
so-
time that that's what you wanna do.
Well, how about I just tell you right now, and then we can set up an appointment for that to happen?
We don't do that till you turn your keys in, whenever you turn your keys in, because we
Okay.
have a lot of going on, and it depends on where he is in his
Okay,
inspections.
because I still have the contract and everything that was written down when they did the walkthrough, and I just want to make sure
Right,
that there's
yeah.
nothing additional added in there, you know, because
Right,
I've
no,
come to find that I can't trust you guys to
well, you can, I mean,
to
we
treat
have
me
the
like a
copy of the
human being.
inspection that we did, and we have your, if you gave us a move-in list, we have that all.
yeah, I have all
That's
that.
what she looks at, and then she does it 14 business days after
Mhm.
you move out.
Okay,
Okay,
alrighty.
alrighty. And I will process your move out.
Alrighty, thank you.
Ah,
Well, can I get a copy of that, please?
absolutely.
How you doing, man?
All right, you?
Good. You watch YouTube at all?
Yeah.
You want to say hi to my YouTube channel?
Well, you got YouTube?
Yeah, there's about 60 people watching right now. I know. Let's see here. All right, so that's my 30-day notice. And hey, thanks a lot. It's amazing how much more friendly people are on camera. Anybody ever see Dodge Chargers? Quite a bit. Pretty common car. I still like them. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I know I can't pay the rent there anymore. That's a fact. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll just have to adapt and overcome. You know, figure something out. But I know the reality is that's a Charger right there. Oh, you see Challengers a lot. Yeah, Charger, Challenger, Dodge, Chrysler products. So if you check out Chrysler Corporation, it's Chrysler Fiat. It's owned by a guy from Italy, which is kind of scary actually. Talking about people from Italy, man, they don't mess around. I don't know if you know the story of Mussolini, but they were not happy with Mussolini, rightfully so. He joined up with Hitler, and yeah, so they just researched what happened to Mussolini. But anyway, the owner of Chrysler Fiat is Italian, and I believe they have a contract through, I want to say the FISA court. They facilitate this with the FISA court. But through this organized stalking harassment program, and I think that it's connected in some way. Alright, so I got my rent paid for this month. I have 30 days to get out of there. Now that I put that on online. See how this next 30 days goes. It should be just complete hell. But yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna go. I do know. Oh, real estate is terrible. Yeah, the guy that when I sold my home in California, the real estate agent who was a friend of mine. He's a guy I played poker with. His name was Drew Hyatt. He's a radio announcer, DJ for New Rock 104. Nicest guy I'd ever, the nicest guy you'd ever meet. Never had a problem with the guy. I liked him. We played poker, joke around. He's a funny guy, likable. I think he was even going to run for mayor in Fresno, and he could probably do it because, you know, on the surface, he's a great guy. But, you know, as above, so below. They've got the hidden personality, and for that money, they will just take you out. And that guy put me through the ringer when I was selling my home, and kept telling me there's an issue here, there's an issue there. And when you sell a house, when you're going through escrow, you're gonna have some kind of issues. There's always something. But this was above and beyond. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was nonsense. And then right when that guy got done with that transaction, actually at the very end of the transaction, him and his wife just happened to be going on a trip to Tahoe. And he was calling me from Tahoe, telling me how much fun he's having and, you know, all this stuff. And I'm going through all this nonsense. And that's actually when the gang stalking was at its worst point. As far as the beginning of it happening, when they hit you with the wave, as they call it. So thanks, Drew. Appreciate that, buddy. My old poker buddy. Yeah, I don't remember him ever winning in poker though. I usually won, or my buddy Sean would win. Andrew would win sometimes, but it'd usually be me or my wife. Yeah, I was the guy that took my wife to the poker game. But my buddy Danny, he'd bring his wife. Jessica. Yeah, she ended up moving to Vegas to be a prostitute, actually. She was hot. She was super hot. Yeah, and she moved to Vegas to be a prostitute. And then Danny's best friend, Norpong, you already got called out for this at the roast. So this isn't new news if any of my old friends are ever watching my YouTube channel. But Norpong flew to Vegas and paid Jessica to fuck her. God, talking about screwing over your best friend, man. That was messed up. Danny was a nice guy. Ooh, I just got shocked in my hand. Danny was a really nice guy. He was one of my favorite people. I had tried to help him through his divorce. You know, he really missed his wife. And I was telling him, man, you know, it takes both of you. Which I should listen to that advice sometimes. I still miss my wife all the time, and I know the hope. I know she did all kinds of terrible things. Tried to make me look like the bad guy, but I was telling him, look, man, if she's not gonna be part of it, you just have to give it up and go for somebody that's gonna love you. And then he met this awesome chick that he fell in love with. They got married, had a baby, bought a house. He's doing great in his job. And but yeah, his best friend flew out to Vegas to have sex with his ex-wife. You don't do that. You don't do that. So I'm not calling Norpong out. He already got called out. Like I said, there was a roast. Our buddy Josh Dixon got roasted, and we actually drove from Arizona back to Fresno, California, just for the roast. And it was really one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It was hilarious. Yeah, our buddy Andrew just called him out in front of everybody, and everybody was laughing, and then he said that, everybody went, oh, damn, jeez, I can't believe you just said that, but it happened. So I think Andrew might have got some punishment for that on the back end. I don't know. He's got some protection. He's a Freemason. My buddy Andrew found out he is a Freemason. Whoa, slamming on his brake on me. Huh. And that white car, red car, that never happens. Trying to distract me from what I'm talking about. or get me a truck, and then we've got a truck directly behind me. So it's pretty messed up, people. So here's the red truck behind me that I was talking about. They'll be pulling up here on the left here real soon. I'll just step back here. You see him? Yeah, there they are. Anyway, they were behind me. They changed lanes as soon as I said that. Yeah, I lost the feed there for a minute. Impeccable timing. So, yeah, it was amazing how nice that lady was. You know, they've been nice to me over the last 4 years. They've provided me with good customers, but right here, they've been absolute just you know, sending these people out, and I call them and I ask them about it, and they act like I'm the unreasonable one. And I actually had, okay, so with the air conditioning guys trespassing my property, taking the lock off my side. Trying to get me to lose all my viewers here. I didn't realize that 60 something. There we go, we're back. Looks like it's probably lagging still. I still got the little circle going around here. Yeah, if you can hear me right now. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, good. When the phone went out, the city bus stopped in front of me at the bus stop pretty abruptly. Not like a person would normally stop. Okay, cool. It's back. Right, so I am on Grand and Indian School. Now, a lot of times under this overpass right here, I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but a lot of times under this overpass, there's a lot of people that either appear to be on drugs or mentally unstable. They're asking for money. They're, you know, doing different things like that. I don't see anybody. Don't see anyone out here today. It's probably too warm. Don't like the heat. That's one thing that's never bothered me was the heat. Being born in Lancaster, California, in the Mojave Desert, I used to sit in the parking lot of my mom's C7 Mustang with the windows rolled almost all the way up and sit in the car and wait for a nap while she was in the grocery store. And then we moved from there to Vallejo. That's all right. Let's see here. Guess I'll just hold this thing over here like this in front of the AC for a minute. So yeah, I've done 26 people. I guess I've talked about everything that I need to talk about. I really don't want to do this anymore. I just have to document a lot of this stuff that's going on. If I wouldn't have gone in there with my camera on, doing a live stream, they wouldn't have taken that $65 off of the rent. That ridiculous intentional charge to have somebody come out and do nothing but harass me. So, you know, you just have to stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Stay calm. Document what's going on. And hold these people accountable. I asked them if they'd ever been sued. You know, people always threaten, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. And then they never do. But, leave this channel and bring it back. Yeah, no, I'll keep this channel going. I'll probably try to start another one to see if I can get that monetized eventually, because I know that I can have a successful YouTube channel. And actually I do have some plans for what I need to do. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off, but I'm going to start another channel, and I'm going to go ahead and just start documenting that. And I'm not going to talk about anything that has to do with targeted individuals, gang stalking, you know, or organized stalking, harassment, and all the different stuff that I've talked about.
shed some light on. It's going to be about me and my adventure trying to survive. That's it. That's it. Oh, food channel. Yeah, I'll basically, yeah, I think what I'll do on that channel is I'll do everything that I've done before that doesn't have to do with, whoa, this guy out of control right here. Check him out. Let's check this guy out. Hey, buddy.
$1.
How you doing?
$1.
You need $1?
Yes.
I'm gonna be asking people for $1 here pretty soon. Why are you hiding from the camera?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah,
Here,
I
let me
know.
get your face on there. So what I'm getting is nappy head roots. Yeah, that guy's perfect. Check him out. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's just walking around traffic. Walking around traffic. These guys. Yeah, and they'll try to say, "Oh, you're making fun of this guy. He's got a scar on his head. He's got a mental disability. He's developmentally disabled." He's a perp. He's wearing an orange shirt right now, and that's been going on all day. So, I don't know if he's on something. He could be. He could just have a disability from his injury. He had a giant scar on his head. He could have had some kind of tumor or something like that. And today it's been a lot of disabled license plates and orange. Let's see. Here's the orange Mustang right here. Check him out. Yeah, it's street theater for sure. That's street theater. And actually, buddy, I don't even have $1 in my pocket right now. I brought what I needed to pay my rent. Oh, detour! I can't get on the 10 right now. They're doing some construction on the freeway, which I'm sure I've helped pay for. You're an ex-felon? Okay. Let's see. Rick M says, "I'm an ex-felon. You can give me some tips." Thanks. Yeah, I need them. I've been doing a little bit of research on knowing your rights as a felon. God, I still can't believe I'm saying that. But I don't know if you guys would like to help me appeal this thing. It's going to cost some money. I think it's $150 to appeal it. Everything has a price tag on it for your freedom. You know, to request information from the court, to request any kind of documents from the Freedom of Information Act. If you need multiple documents, you got multiple fees. If you want to, filing a motion in court during a case is free, but if you want to request to move out of the county or out of the state, there's a $150, $200 filing fee. If you want to appeal a case, it's $150. If you want to represent yourself pro se, I think it's like $750. Everything has a fee. So in order to be free or to utilize the due process, you have to have money. So if you're a homeless person, you have no money, and you want to fight in court, I don't think there's any waivers or anything either. You know, like even in the Air Force, in the Navy, Marine Corps, Army, there's waivers nonstop. You got a waiver for everything. Now the Marine Corps, they don't issue waivers too much. They're just like, deal with it. The Air Force, they had waivers for people if their feet hurt, they could wear sneakers instead of their combat boots. The Navy, one of the biggest ones I saw was a shaving waiver, where these guys were like, I don't want to shave, and then they find a reason to get a waiver, and then they end up with a beard. Which black people, they have a skin issue sometimes where they shave all the time. They get all these bumps, and it causes like some really bad issues with their skin. So that's a valid reason, but people would find the most ridiculous reasons to get a waiver. But they don't even charge you, you know, in the military to get a waiver. But if you go through the court system, you gotta pay. You gotta pay to
to be able to stand up for yourself. And once you've been completely attacked financially, that's damn near impossible. You know, you're like, okay, do I want to eat this month, or do I want to go through this whole thing, go to court more, you know, go in without a shower, you know. So there's a lot of decisions you have to make, and you have to be really strategic about it. This comment says, Michael, do you YouTube full time? You could be the next Cassidy Campbell. I don't know who that is. I don't YouTube full time. My channel was demonetized, so I don't make any money. And actually, the $1,200, it was close to $1,300 that I had made in like a year and a half. Right as my channel made it over 5,000 subscribers, and I started to get more viewers on my video, they found a way to demonetize my channel. I just tried to withdraw my money, and it said withdraw your money here, and I clicked a button, and it just shot me out into nowhere, and I went into this endless loop to where I can't get my money. Now it's gone past the amount of time that they allow for you to retrieve your money, pretty much. So it's, and I've tried over and over and over to try to better get this out of the sun. I've tried over and over and over to try to contact somebody. I guess if you don't have like 30,000, 35,000 subscribers, 25, I don't know what it is, you can't get any phone help, any customer service through that. So that. All right, well, this is probably getting boring. I'm starting to talk about nothing, and I should probably end this live stream. Focus on my driving. Well, I do focus on my driving. I'm pretty good at multitasking now, actually. But yeah, I should go. I'll just go ahead and end this live stream, and yeah, I'll come back when I need to. Kind of update everybody with everything. Even if there's a possibility that only a handful of people are seeing this, and it's not going out to, you know, the general public, and I could have 30,000 people viewing my videos right now if I weren't censored, and making some decent money on YouTube. You know, you make a video, 30,000 views on it, do that a couple times a day. You can make a living. You could pay your, you can do okay. Like No Life Shack, he's out buying Camaros and Chargers, which I'm super happy for the guy. He was working at Chipotle a year ago. He got fired, started his reaction videos, and he's just got a great personality. There's a couple things that tell me that he might be doing a little gang stalking, and he might not know what the whole program's about. A lot of people do this, and they don't research what they're doing. They just take the paycheck or the financial help, and you know, I still hold those people responsible. But yeah, anyway, some people do pretty well on YouTube, and they make a living. Not just make a living. There's some kids that have a YouTube channel. They're building a custom house in San Diego, like an $11 million home, because they're doing you know, goofy videos about nothing, joking around and stuff like that. I'm happy for them too. Hey, do your thing, make your money. So, all right, everybody, thanks for showing up, listening to me talk about this, going with me to make my last rent payment. And I guess it gets exciting now, right? I've got 30 days to vacate, turn my keys in, they come in, they check out the house, and they said, well, some people, I don't know if you heard this, some people, you know, just choose not to be there while they come and do the inspection. Yeah, right. You've got to be out of your fucking mind to think I'm not going to be there while they're doing an inspection on my home. They'll probably go in and kick holes in the walls, just do a bunch of random stuff, write down a bunch of lies. So actually, that will be live streamed as well. So whoever is going to come into my house and evaluate the condition of the home, we'll just live stream that too. And you know, I've been there for almost 5 years, been targeted the whole time, went through a couple relationships,
marriage, the second half of my marriage, and Miss Kathy Has-Ton that showed up out of nowhere, showed up like 15 years older than she claimed she was. And then when I asked her how old she was, she told me, "You didn't research me? You didn't look up all my information before I moved out here?" Like it was my fault. And then crazy stuff happened. Day before court and all this good stuff. Yeah. There's a door missing, actually. I'm not going to blame that on my son, but the holes in the door, definitely. Anyway, I'm going to start pointing fingers at people. Stuff happened. There's a couple little nicks and dings in the house, but, normal wear and tear over 5 years in a house. They've got some kind of law about the carpet. Carpet needs to be replaced after a certain amount of years anyway, and I'm pretty sure we've gone past that. But yeah, it's interesting how much stuff they'll try to charge you for if you don't learn their job and hold them accountable. So that's one of the things I'm going to have to do. But that's going to be in like a month from now, so we'll just keep doing what we got to do. Try to get enough money to get to the next place and go from there. So everyone have a great day. Thanks for listening. I wish you all the best. Thanks again to everybody that donated to my GoFundMe account. Maybe I'll post a link in this for GoFundMe. And again, I'm not just begging for money because I'm broke. I've been doing journalism covering this topic for 2 years, and there's a lot of journalists that get, they're on doing a live stream, and people are dropping $20-30 a pop during their live stream in the super chat just because they're happy they're doing their journalism and it's helping them out. They're getting quality information, they're getting quality advice, and they're willing to pay for that if they're financially independent. Yeah, so I kind of look at it that way. I have made no money. There was a couple live streams I did where I had some super chats that some money was coming in. I think I made like $75-80 on a live stream one time, and then right after that all of the super chats just ended. Don't know what happened there. So, but yeah, I think I've made maybe $150 in the last 2 years on YouTube after they took away my monetization and kept my money. So the only thing I could do is, put up. I've got Mike Barden. I think it's Mike Barden /PayPal me or PayPal me /Mike Barden, whatever it is. And the GoFundMe that's up currently. So yeah, thank you everybody that donated to that. I really wouldn't have been able to make it through this month without that. And that's the first time I've ever been in this situation in my life where I just couldn't pay my bills if I didn't get some help from somebody. So thank you. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna go now. I keep saying that. Everybody have a great day. I'll talk to you later.